Thierry Vircoulon of the International Crisis Group joins us now. He helps us break down the complex political situation in Burundi. Mr. Vircoulon, how worried, first of all, are you about this violence? Is this something that can go away, or do you think that this is it's got momentum, it's something that has begun and it's going to be difficult afterwards to put a lid on it?
Well, I think this is just the beginning, actually, of the violence. This election shows that Burundi is on the path of violence. All the mediations initiatives over the last 2 months have failed, basically, in Burundi, including the last one by the East African Community. And those mediation initiatives intended basically to delay the elections and secure enough time to improve the political and security climate in the country. The Burundian government rejected those initiatives and actually just accepted a cosmetic delay of those elections. Therefore, the presidential election today may be the beginning of much more violence in the country. So far, what we have seen is a low-intensity violence in Burundi, but this is going to step up. That's for sure.
You're thinking along the lines of a rebellion, or break it down for us. What happens after today?
Well, we've seen that 2 weeks ago there was a clash between an armed group and the army, and according to military sources, about 30 people, 30 rebels were killed. So this kind of incident is going to happen more in the coming weeks. Apparently, this armed groups was operating at the border between Burundi and Rwanda, and it seems that they were coming from the neighboring country. Therefore, the relationship also between Burundi and Rwanda is deteriorating. We have now more than 160,000 Burundian refugees in the region. So that's quite a large number of people that can be recruited to armed groups and for an armed rebellion. So this is basically what is ahead of us, is the constitution of armed groups and the multiplication of clashes between the security forces and those armed groups, because the opposition is now abroad and consider that, of course, after the re-election of President Nkurunziza, there is nothing left to negotiate.
There was an attempted coup d'etat against the president, Pierre Nkurunziza, 2 months ago. If Nkurunziza wins this election, as will almost certainly be the case, given that the opposition is boycotting the vote, do you think he's able to go through to the end of his term in office, or is there going to be a challenge to his leadership one way or another?
No, there's going to be armed resistance to his leadership.
Armed resistance.
Yes, armed resistance. Already some opponents who are abroad have decided to create a transitional council. They are organizing themselves. There are more and more defection of high-ranking officials. The president of the National Assembly left. The second vice president also left. And there are other very important people of the regime who left. So the challenge is going to come from the opposition, but also from the people of the ruling party who have fled overseas. And I think the very agitated night last night in Burundi is also a clear sign that this election is not accepted by all the Burundians.
All right. Thierry Vircoulon, thank you very much. Always good to have your input on the show.